Hello everybody and welcome back. Thank you for joining me. It's a very stormy night here tonight in Lancashire. And we're going to go over to Yorkshire for the Ivy Den creature sighting. It had red eyes and it was moving towards me fast. In a small corner of Yorkshire, within walking distance of each other, there are two similar woods, in a similar setting with very similar accounts. They both happened to boys who were playing out with their friends in these woods. And they were all making noise and playing on rope swings and swinging across the stream, and they each in turn encountered strange, unexplained figures that were stood watching them, then chasing the boys out of the wood away from the area. They were both chased off, and it seems not caught, although I think it would have been very easy to catch them if that was the plan. This behaviour seems to imply a diversionary tactic rather than an attack. And you'll see in both cases, the boys who reported the incidents and the areas themselves have many things in common. Children outside, playing with friends, enjoying the woodlands, are a common source of witness reports. And if you'll look in the British Bigfoot map, I've put a link in the description below, you'll be able to check them out, and there are a lot of them. So this is what the first witness has to say. This is Hackenthorpe. Dave and I were about 9 or 10 years old when we were in what we call the Ivy Den at Hackenthorpe in Sheffield. I was sat on a tree swing over a stream when suddenly my friends and my brother got up and ran across the stream and up the bank, then off as fast as they could go without saying a word to me. I just sat hanging on the branch. When I looked down the stream to see why they ran, I saw a 6 to 7 foot dark figure with the brightest of red eyes, and it was running up the side of the stream about 20 feet away, coming in my direction. Then this thing jumped across the stream with ease, which was too wide for anything normal to jump, and it was heading straight towards me. I dropped off the swing and I legged it across the stream running hard. Then I fell, trying to get up the banking, and I turned to see where it was, and it was just stood at the other side of the stream staring at me. I set off shouting, "Help." When my friends heard me yelling, they came back in and got me and helped me to get out. And during the 1 to 2 minutes this was happening, it never made a sound. No thumping of running feet, no sound when it jumped and landed. This was my second sighting of this thing, and I'd seen a dark figure quite a few times since at work and while driving. And when I was driving, it was up at the side bank to the side of my car. And the second account is in Catwood, not very far away. You can actually walk between the two areas. And this is from S. Winfro. He says, when I was 14 years old, I was out in the woods close to home, a place we all went all the time, doing the usual boys' games. And on that day, I'd gone with my brother and a friend, and we were messing about as usual for a while, and then we decided we would make a rope swing. It didn't take long to make the rope swing, and we started playing on it. I should say we were in Catwood in Sheffield. I've always called it this, but it doesn't show up on the map under that name. It just must be a local name, I think. Anyway, we were swinging and making a racket, but over the top of that we could hear something coming close to where we were. At this point we couldn't see it, we could just hear it. And whatever it was howling and was getting closer. We were looking around everywhere to try and see what it was. And then we looked up the tree where the rope swing was, but much further up, and we saw something up there. It was black and grey, and it was stood on 2 feet on the branches. And we also saw a smaller one across from us on the ground that was the size of a small child. We dropped down and we ran so fast out of there, you wouldn't believe it. And we went back a day later to get the rope swing, but it was ripped apart and in pieces and covered in black and grey hair, and we never went back there again. That day's never left me, and I spent the years in between collecting accounts from other people in the area, going as far back in newspaper articles and online forums and anywhere I could think of, to be honest, just trying to work out what they were. Today, if I had to explain it, I would describe them as Bigfoot. Hair covered and ape-like, almost like a man and a monkey at the same time. It was stood in a kind of chimp stance with its knuckles on the ground. That was the smaller one. And So, this area in Yorkshire has 10 strange accounts in all that surround these two sightings. And no doubt it will make for a very interesting place to visit if you're on the lookout for one of our forest friends. With reports of upright hairy bipedal creatures and red eye shine and howls and growls, something is moving around out there. And maybe someone else will have an encounter worth playing close to this stream. You never know. And if they do, and they get in touch, I will certainly bring it to you. So until next time, thank you very much. Good night.